Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. Today we got two things to do tomorrow, which is to finish editing that video, sending the editing video to producers. But today we're going to write them back, the producers. Give me a second. I may have to move away from the screen because it's dusty in here. I try my best to clean. Excuse me for a second. I'll be right back. Okay. I can't show y'all this part because Okay, that was the easy part. Now I gotta wait for them to write me back. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up extra early. Um, Sorry I couldn't see it. That was my personal email. So now I need to play a politics video. I can connect y'all. They're talking about ending NPR and PBS. Now, before you get your socks off, I tried to get on NPR, and once they heard I was a Trumpy fan, they stopped dead in their tracks. They didn't want me on their show. Everywhere I went, NPR, NPR, NPR. No, no, no. They shut the doors for me. It's like they had my picture or had my name up and they checked me out. No, 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 no. So I don't care what happens to NPR or PBS. You know, I think that this is a great thing if they shut it down because they're so one-sided, left wing, and I'm just being honest. And he said, what? They harvest baby organs, Planned Parenthood. I don't know if I went to Planned Parenthood when I had my abortion, but what I do know is that I didn't know that they harvest and they do stuff with uh baby organs and stuff. I didn't know that they did that. That's kind of weird. That weirded me out. People that just wants the reason why I got my abortion was to go into the military. And had I not made that move, I wouldn't be at this very moment that I'm at right now. They're talking about ending sanctuary cities for most of these cities that want to guard their people. You know, like for instance, I seen on the news where they were watching ICE agents for flower picking. ICE agents were watching, I forgot what part of Washington. ICE agents were watching flower pickers, and they were watching ICE agents, you know, saying that they need the flower pickers and they don't know why ICE agents are even there. You know, why are they there? They need to go back to where they came. They exactly the words they were saying. They need to go exactly back to where they came from, and they don't need to be there. They're doing their job, you know, go home and stuff of that nature. Sanctuary cities, he said, is a way of protecting criminals, and I believe it to be true. I think that this is a way of protecting criminals, because why else would, like, you have criminals that are over here, that has came over here. They, it's not that they're coming over here, it's that they're over here now, and it's like, you know, they have rights, and it's like a black person don't even have as many rights as a sanctuary city. They have grants and stuff lined up for them versus a black person, you know, and I think that that is just not even right. I think that that's not even right. You know, you put on your name, you know, whether you're black, white, Hispanic, or non-Hispanic, you know, and I think that is so wrong. One guy, if you've been watching the national news, he said that you're going to complain. He's on his way back to Venezuela already, if he hasn't already gotten to Venezuela. But he made a big scene on the plane. But he showed his money, and he had over 500 followers. And he showed his money, saying that he made so much money off of the government, the Biden gravy train, and he doesn't care. He said, y'all just gonna make y'all money on y'all 9 to 5 job, making no money at all, and he's gonna make his money, you know, off of the grants and the programs that, you know, Biden has made for them. And he showed all this money, and I'm like, whatever. Then they talked about having this new drug called strawberry cocaine, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? What is going on? Like, it it's sad, man. It's sad. You know, when one drug abolished, new drugs emerge. You know, it's just, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do about all of these drugs that's emerging? You know, and it's crimes being dealt with, and the most likely they're coming from gang members, not only the MS-13 and the Trinidad Agua, but they're coming from gang members, you know, doing some tremendous horrific things. They're fighting amongst each other, and it's terrible. They know that criminals, I'll let him explain. Turn up your laptops, or turn up your cell phones. Try to hear until I can get something to turn this up on my end. I apologize for not being able to hear, but listen to what he's saying very carefully, because I know where he's going with it.
Standard president of senior officials using signal that use signal to communicate from senior officials. Well, Pass by. They will be looking at it where. No way.
Like you said, sometimes people are hooked into your line. So it's a possibility that this just so happened to be um personnel, the person who sat up there and listened to the um non um the situation where they sat up there and listened to the chat room stuff that was non-classified. They, the media personnel person, I don't know his name, but it was non-classified, they said, and he released it to America. um he sat up there and he was just linked in, and they're checking into it now. So he could have been just linked in by accident. But why him? Why him all of a sudden? So that's what they're trying to check. Why him? Why somebody that isn't like somebody that is like, he said he was going to get groceries. Why did he continue to look at it? Why did he continue to look at it? Why didn't he just get off? That's the question. If he knew what it was, why didn't he get off? Why is it the president's fault or the CIA and their fault for this happening when they cannot help who links in accidentally?
Well, I know that.
He's talking about how eggs went down 50 to 45%, I want to say. Yeah. First week, people were yelling at him about eggs and how they went down now.
You say there's more jobs here to here. Which states,
Okay. So basically, what he said, he has Taiwan coming with the semiconductor chips. He has Apple coming, build plants all throughout the United States, and he has what else? Honda coming to Indianapolis, over $4 billion or $1 trillion worth of revenue coming in. The tariffs is going to help, bring more jobs to America, and we need to be more like ahead of China on AI, and they get incentives and different things for them coming to America than they would if they were in China or overseas. So that is what that is about. So yeah. So I am about to get off of here, but um it's I can't wait to see it flourish here. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Um, um, seriously, this is a ever growing. I am so glad that I was born here in America. I am so glad I was born here in America. That's all I can say. I am an American citizen. I am glad that I was born here in America. I am, I just, I just need to get my health together, figure out, whatever is going on with my health, what's going on with my health, basic stuff, little kinks and tings, and, you know, get on track, and that's it, you know. Other than that, I'm fine, you know. So yeah, it's nothing seriously wrong with me. So yeah. Be proud to be in this era that you're in, because 100 years from now, when you're 90, talking about, hey, Sonny boy, sit down and let me tell you a story about Trump. You won't be able to talk about Trump when he was 70 some years old, 80. I think he's 83 or 78. I don't remember how old. Let's look up how old he is. That's sad. I don't know. 78. 78. You be able to talk about that man at a young age. When you're 78, 80 years old, and you can pass the torch on. Oh, I hate when that happens. Oh, I hate when that happens. I should have had my phone charger out. I could be a jackass and then just pull out my other phone, but I'm not. Anyway, um, yeah, pass the torch on, man. He's the most hated person, man, and PBS is always talking shit about him. NPR or NRP is always talking shit. Late night is always talking late night is always talking shit. They like, oh, if you're a Trump fan, you can leave the building. Like, seriously, you have to, it's come back to being too scared to say anything about him. It's being too scared to say anything. You have to pretend like you hiding your farts or something. You fart amongst a bunch of people, they smell it, they track down where the fart is. Oh, it was you that farted. You farted, sir. It tracked down to you. Like, seriously, really? It's not that serious. And this is what we gotten into. So, yeah. But other than that, I'm about to get off of here. Y'all definitely take care, be safe. And I promise y'all I'll be back on here tomorrow morning. And I promise y'all I'll be back on here later. And I'm back on here. Take care, be safe, and I will see you guys later, man. Seriously. Bye.
Never waste my time.